So, before anyone goes and gets their nose all bent out of shape about what allegedly happened to Representative Nancy Mace, you might want to take a breath and look at some of the facts. Now, I'm not, as many of my audience know, a giant fan of the whole trans community, the whole LGBTQ. Not a big fan of them. But something is weird about this accusation that she has made. And there's something else about Nancy Mace I think you might want to know before you go all in on backing her up. How many of you knew that she decided to make it a personal life's goal to go invade men's only spaces for quite some time before she got her position now, where she's complaining about men dressing up as women invading her bathroom? You see, she went, along with a few other females, and decided to destroy some men's-only institutions, VMI and the Citadel. And I'm going to cover that in today's video. So, just saying, there are people out there that have a good reason to be afraid of the LGBTQ community and their militant desire to reshape America. But this woman needs to step back and take a look at some of her own actions and her own hypocrisy before she sees herself as anything other than an impediment to moving forward. Now, real quick, how many of you remember these three guys? You see, it's all tied together. It's all tied together. If you want to get rid of DEI, if you want to get rid of the LGBTQDA, how many, I don't care how many consonants you want, that whole movement, if you want to get rid of them, you've got to dig this out at its root. And its root is in feminism. Its root is in feminism. Now, real quick, thank you, everyone who has continued to join us over at the Florida Monkey Patreon channel. We're going to do a gloves-off version of this video over there where we pull no punches and we say what needs to be said. We can't do that here, but we're going to cover some of the bases, generally speaking. If you'd like to join us over there, it's only $1 US per month at the base level. And that video, that next one we're going to do, is for everybody. The 1, the 5, the 10, the 15. Everybody's going to be invited to see that video. Because this is going to go right to something that Trump has been talking about and his supporters have been talking about and that I would love to see happen myself. But you can't do this piecemeal. You have to get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is feminism, and I can prove it. I can prove it. Now, the Duke lacrosse case. I'm sure a lot of people have forgotten about this. Oh, yeah, those three guys that the media raked over the coals for weeks, and everybody had their mind made up that they were just a bunch of rich, spoiled, rotten boys who got themselves a stripper, and then they did all these horrible things to her. Well, guess what? Guess what? Crystal Mangum confesses now to lying about being raped by Duke lacrosse players in 2006. Mangum says she lied because she wanted validation from the people. You see, a lot of people knew that the boys weren't convicted because she confessed to lying, but she testified falsely at that time and said that it was because, well, she was mentally ill. And she actually believed what she was saying at the time because she was too mentally ill to understand the difference between the truth and a lie. And now, very so coincidentally, that the statute of limitations has run out to where she can be charged for that. Now she completely admits that, yes, I was totally sane and I made it up and I lied, and she's currently serving a prison sentence for murdering her own boyfriend. But you see, and even with the second dancer at the Duke lacrosse party, the second dancer even said, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you whatever you want me to tell you to get the, lowest charges possible. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And you can look this all up, the Duke lacrosse case. You see, these three guys are always going to be known and seen as the three guys who were accused of rape. That's never going away. Yeah, they each got pretty big settlements from Duke, but they're still going to be known as the three guys who got accused of it. And this goes to feminism. Even a book was written about it. It's not about the truth. The untold story of the Duke lacrosse case and the lives it shattered. How many of you knew that the prosecutor actually went to jail for a day, resigned in disgrace, disbarred, and imprisoned? Why? Because he withheld evidence that proved the boys were innocent. There was evidence proving that the girl was lying right through her teeth. It was a slam dunk. It should have never been even brought to court. But because of, social unrest at the time and white boys and black girls and all that kind of stuff. This is about feminism, established so as to allow unattractive women easier access to the mainstream of American culture and society, especially in politics, and it has worked. Pat Robertson very, very correctly said it is a socialist. Well, he uses that word a little bit too freely, but we'll go with it right now because capitalism sure helps feminism. Anti-family political movement that encourages women to leave their husbands, kill their children, practice witchcraft, and once again, he really doesn't understand where money comes from and become lesbians. And as long as Trump surrounds himself with avowed, admitted feminists, nothing's going to get done. I'm just going to say it right now. Nothing is going to get done. There are too many examples. I'm not going to go through the whole list that I've spent the last week doing videos about. In his new administration, just like in his last one, he is surrounding himself with TNA. And he's talking about, I'm going to end DEI. DEI is a branch of the tree. DEI is the branch of the tree whose roots are feminism. This modern feminism, where men masquerade around and want to be in women's spaces, are because women celebrated these people being in their spaces for a long time. The brunches, the baby showers, the shopping, all that stuff. See, they were fine in all of the rest of the, female areas of the world, the things that women went and did. Oh, you're fine with that. You were fine with that. Heck, you were even fine with getting your gay friends together and telling your, significant other how to be a better significant other. Just listen to the gay guys. Just listen to the gay guys. Think I'm making this up? This is Nancy Mace talking about how the LGBs need to divorce the T's, meaning that she's even too stupid to realize that the L's and the G's and the B's are all led to the T's, which led to the Q's, which led to the I's. One leads to the other. It's the root of a tree. It's the root of a tree. Nancy Mace. First woman graduates from Citadel. On Saturday, Nancy Mace became the first woman to graduate from the all-male Citadel, a formerly now all-male military college. A male space, a men's space, a historically men's space. Wasn't good enough. Men are not allowed to have their own spaces anymore, are we? The Citadel reluctantly accepted Shannon Falker as its first female student in 1995 after Falker won a 3-year legal battle against the school. Listen to this. Falker's lawyers argued that the school was legally obligated to admit women because it was financed by the state of South Carolina. The Supreme Court agreed, saying that the school must either begin admitting women or give up its public funds. Although Falker dropped out soon after entering the school in 1995, her efforts made it possible for other women to enroll. The Citadel and another formerly all-male bastion, VMI, as well. The Citadel's first-year class of 1,800 now includes 42 female cadets. And here they're complaining because she didn't get a standing ovation, but other male graduates did. So, Nancy Mace, I'm not wishing this on any minors, or little girls, or anything like that, but you know what? Since you decided that you were going to make it your personal quest to go invade male spaces, if you don't like what's going on in the female restroom, since you have no problem invading male spaces, why don't you just amble on over to the male restroom, the men's restroom, and just go in there? I'm sure you will be left alone. I guarantee you will be left alone, Miss Mace. If it's a problem for you, just go in the men's. You spent how many years at the Citadel? An all-male military college? Surrounded by men, invading their space? Making them, well, you had no problem there, but now all of a sudden you have a problem? It's the same thing. These young men's lives were ruined because women can't be stood up to in modern America. Because nobody can stand up to a woman and say, lady, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're a liar. No, you don't have a right to be believed. No, you don't have a right to be believed. No, you don't have a right to be believed. Listen to? Okay. Well, listen. But no, you don't have a right to be believed. I never want to hear that again. Because not only did she lie about what happened, then she lied about being mentally ill so that she could avoid charges. And then she also had a friend who also lied to get a better deal, but knew for a fact that the lie was going on, and she still got the better deal, didn't get prosecuted for that. She didn't get prosecuted until now when the statute of limitations ran out, and now she admits that she, being of sane and sober mind, made up the entire story, and the only reason we know about it is because she is in jail, apparently found God or something, and wants to get it all off her chest, and now realizes that she was as big a POS as everybody said she was. Doesn't change a damn thing. Doesn't change a damn thing. We always talk about pardons this, pardons that, pardons the other. Unreal. Absolutely just completely unreal. Read the book. You want to buy somebody a Christmas gift? Look up It's Not About the Truth. You want to be part of the solution? Somebody needs to get in Trump's ear and say, hey, Don. Of course, nobody's allowed to get it. I'm sorry, I guess I forgot. Nobody is allowed to question Donald Trump anymore, are they? Nobody is allowed to say, hey, Mr. Trump, I know you think you have the best idea for everything, but you don't. You're not the best at everything. You're not going to do it all by yourself. You're sure as hell going to have a heavy lift to get anything done in 4 years, but if you continue to surround yourself with nothing but TNA because you can't stand up to women because you're afraid of feminism, we are screwed, and not in the good way. There's no way DEI gets ended until you end feminism. Until you end feminism, you've got to go look at the root. And you've got to say, you know what? It started getting fucked up way back here. And yes, it's the L's and the G's and the B's. It's not just the T's and the Q's. It's all mental illness. Every bit of it. Think about the logic that says a woman marries a man, then the woman goes and hangs around with a bunch of homosexual men to make the man that she married a better man. Genius. Genius. Sorry. Not buying it. Too bad. Tough tiddlywinks. Deal with it. That's what I'd tell her. That's what I'd tell her. Look her right in the eye. You invaded the Citadel? Okay. You invaded, you and Falker, that decided to destroy men's institutions? Okay. Be careful what you wish for. You're going to get it. I'll leave it there. I know a lot of you think that sounds pretty gloves off to me, Florida Monkey. Oh no, there's plenty more. Plenty more where that came from, because there's another group of people that would really get me demonetized if I started to go off on them and their involvement in it, but another video for Patreon. God bless. Thank you, everyone who's joined me over there. Very, very much appreciate it. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.